Well, joining me now is Pakistan's Defense Minister Khawaja Asif to discuss ongoing Pakistan-Afghanistan talks in Istanbul and Islamabad's expectations from renewed engagement. Thank you so much, Minister, for your time. We would like to begin with the ongoing talks, sir. Uh, After having failed round of talks that we've had, what are we expecting from this one, given that there's likeliness of this round of talks also going in vain? But how do you see that? What are you expecting from this?
Well, the first round we had was in Doha, and we signed an agreement, a preliminary agreement over there, which was a welcome exchange between the two countries. And thanks to Qatar and Turkey, that this preliminary arrangement was reached. But the mechanism was to be decided or formulated later in Istanbul. And it took about 11 hours of negotiations in Doha to prepare or draft and sign the initial agreement. In Doha, the 4 days of talks did not reach any conclusion, and mainly because of the stubbornness of Kabul delegation, especially on the main demand Pakistan had tabled in the negotiation, and that was that there will be no incursion from the Afghan territory into Pakistan. The TTP, which is based mainly in Afghanistan, they are being backed by the Kabul regime, which is not a secret. They deny it, but that is something which they admit privately, not on record. And they were not ready to, they were ready to give assurance, but nothing in writing. So they ultimately, after 4 days of hard work and negotiations and haggling, we did not reach anyway on this particular demand. So last night, our delegation left Istanbul. They came to the airport to come back to Pakistan. And then the Turkish side, approached our delegation, approached our government also, that we should not abandon this attempt or these talks, and give Turkey and Doha or Qatar another chance to press upon the Kabul delegation to reach some sort of conclusion on our main demand, basically. So talks are perhaps, I'm not sure about the time, but the talks were. I think it was 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock today, Pakistani time. The talks were supposed to resume. I haven't received any confirmation as yet, but let's hope. There is a remote possibility now that the two mediators, Qatar and Turkey, they have given us some assurance that this demand of Pakistan will be met, and it will be not only in letter, it will be in spirit also.
We're apparently being very optimistic about it. But, Minister, what
No, I will be my optimism will be very, very guarded. I won't pin and unnecessary hopes on what is going on in Istanbul, because we have had agreements with Kabul in the past also. I visited Kabul. Other ministers from Pakistan visited Kabul on many occasions. Despite our best efforts, and despite the fact that we have on our soil close to 4 million Afghani living since last 4 or 5 decades. So they have absolutely no regard or respect for what Pakistan has done for Afghanistan over the decades, and taken care of the refugees from there, our businesses, our so many other facilities which are available, not available to Pakistani citizens that are available to Afghan refugees.
Point noted, sir. You said guards are up. Completely makes sense. What concrete policy options do you think Pakistan has right now? Given that if the talks fail, what would be our first and last step in that situation, sir?
I made it amply clear yesterday in my statement on X. It was a very longish tweet, both in English and Urdu, so that the readers can understand what exactly I'm trying to say. And it is that if we do not receive any arrangement or any agreement or any assurance from the other side that there will be no incursions into our territory sponsored by Kabul, or they cross into our territory under their watch. So this is a fact. They do deny that, but that's their denial is totally immaterial. So if that sort of arrangement is reached and it is backed by the guarantees of our two friendly countries, Qatar and Turkey, so that will be fine. Then the guarantors will be there to watch if there is any violation of the arrangement, or there is any border crossing is still going on, and our soldiers are attacked, our checkposts are attacked. If that doesn't stop, then obviously the only option we are left with that we'll cross into their territory and bomb the hideouts of TTP, and from wherever the incursions are, initiating, we will go and hit the source.
I got it. Defense Minister, we are seeing certain reports and maybe certain comments from Taliban media and maybe some local media in Afghanistan that there might be some possible attacks on Islamabad. Do you think they have the capacity to carry out such threats?
I don't want to speculate, but if they want to go to that extent, they are most welcome. We will not be threatened or blackmailed by Kabul. It's just not. We don't budge to or don't get pressurized by their threats. We are ready to face anything. And they will have to pay for anything they are doing now, or they intend to do in future. They'll pay a very heavy price for that.
Right. One last thing. If the talks fail, in case of that, what extent could Pakistan's trade and economy be affected, considering that the level of dependence on Afghanistan? And also, let us know, sir, would that be affecting our decision making, our dependence, and our economic ties with them?
Well, we do not have economic ties to any substantial level. It is mostly the transit trade, which is a facility between the two countries. Over the decades, I think since independence, they import a lot of things through Karachi, and they are cleared on the from border crossing or other border crossings, maybe Chaman also. But this sort of facility is being misused for decades by Afghans, and perhaps in collusion with the Pakistani businessmen also. That these trucks and these containers are de-stuffed or offloaded on Pakistani territory and smuggled back into our economy, into our markets. That is one huge objection which we have been raising over the years, and the smuggling or this illicit trade, which is not destined for Kabul, it is destined for our markets, and it is under the guise of papers or that this is going to Kabul. This is pumped into our markets. So that is something which is we can alhamdulillah survive if there is no trade, I hope the situation doesn't boil down to that level. But if there is no trade with Afghanistan, um, then perhaps we have choices, but it would be difficult for Afghanistan. Because connectivity, I'm a great supporter of connectivity between Central Asia and Pakistan, Afghanistan, Iran, and other countries, which will actually change the economic map of this particular region. If Afghans, understand the implications or the dividends they can make out of this intra-regional trade.
Being very considerate of your time constraints, Defense Minister, one last comment about another neighbor of ours. Sir, Pakistan is aware of the ongoing Indian tri-services military exercises. How does Pakistan view these exercises, and what do you think are the objectives behind?
Well, these exercises are a very routine thing in any country. We also hold exercises in different parts of our country. But these exercises, if I am correct, are being held in Sir Creek, which is our border between Sindh and Gujarat state or whatever, close to the waters of Arabian Sea. Um, but we have a very tense peace at the moment between India and our country, which is still very fragile. Uh, but under the circumstances, I don't think that anything will flare up from the exercises. But we are alert and we are on guard that if there is some incursion or some provocation from Indian side, it will be responded in kind and responded inshallah well.
Thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for your insights, Defense Minister. The message from Pakistan's Defense Ministry is clear. Dialogue continues, but deterrence stands ready. Thank you so much once again, sir.
Thank you.